Hey there, Tony. What do you think about these baseball playoffs this week?
Exciting.
Yep.
Yeah, super fun. I watched Otani a little bit, and
Oh,
I go Pots. I'm cheering for San Diego. If you watched any of that game in San Diego and those fans going nuts,
oh
like
yes. There's been warnings issued by all sorts of
super
they're
fun
getting
atmosphere.
nuts.
I can't imagine playing in a game like that where just you have 48,000 people just screaming their, high tension for those guys, but super fun to be a fan of baseball and watch.
Yeah. Well, let's talk more about it.
Okay.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Trailside Dukes. Really appreciate you being here with us. We've got lots of different things. Some baseball talk, NFL talk, a smidge of tennis, maybe some
Corey,
NHL. I mean,
all of it.
we can keep going.
Corey, I'm so happy that I just want to give you a hug.
What?
I'm happy, dude,
Okay.
to be doing this podcast with you.
Oh, well, thank
know
you.
what I mean?
You're getting a little close to me. It's
Well,
a little-
Europeans,
I'm
European
like pushing
people,
you away.
European people give,
Why do you keep holding on?
dude, European people, Croatians, they give their good friends a hug and
All
a
right.
kiss on the
and
cheek.
I do the side hugs.
Kiss on the cheek.
What?
They give a kiss on the cheek.
I don't know.
right,
I'm
I'll
not
save
gonna
that for later.
kiss you on the cheek.
Okay.
But I always do. You know, I get a lot of.
Are you a hugger?
Well, I mean, I can be, but here's my thing, and I know I get a lot of flack for the way I hug, and it's
How do you hug?
I do a lot of side hugging.
Oh,
And I don't know, I mean, we have a lot of friends that are in education, right? And so I just remember going through some of my college courses and stuff like that where you would hear these stories and things, and it's like I do the side hug, and I just got in the habit of doing side hugs
what about
because
with a really good friend?
I know I got to get better at it because I still
Give me one. Give me a big old hug.
Okay.
Just a big one.
Oh, you want that, or do you want one of these?
Ooh.
Do you go over the shoulder, or you go under, or is there a certain way?
Actually,
you don't think about it, you just grab.
I think I just tooted there. I think so.
Well, there's many different ways, and I know I always get flack for the side hug because some people will say I'm not a good hugger, but I thought me being a young kid out of college and
You're
doing
not a
long
young kid.
term.
You're not a young
I know
kid
I'm not
anymore. You're not in
anymore,
college
but
anymore.
you get in the habit of
those
doing
years
this
are gone.
side hugs because I didn't want to get in trouble. Like anytime the kids came up and they wanted a hug, those high school girls and stuff, you got to get sideways.
You give Callie a side hug?
No. Well, maybe sometimes.
What?
It just depends if it's quick or not, and I don't know. I got to get better at it now. I just got to get better.
Don't give your kids a side hug. Come on. Give them a
I
full
don't
on
know. I'm
embrace.
sure I give her side hugs, but there's not all the time where I do side hugs.
Gosh.
So we got off of baseball. Let's go back to baseball.
Okay.
Right?
There's no hugging in baseball.
Fun series to watch the Dodgers and the Padres. You're right. People are going
Exciting.
crazy. Those
What's that
fans.
series? Dodgers
I
won
think it's
last
tied
night.
up. I think it's tied up.
It's 2-2. So it's game 5 and that's it. That's some of the funnest baseball you'll ever watch.
It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Detroit on a big run, right? They came
Can't
out
cheer
and
for Detroit.
Kansas City did a big run at the end to make the
Let's
playoffs.
talk about the Detroit-Cleveland series.
Yeah, Cleveland.
Here's what's funny
How about our
that
hometown
story.
hero?
Yep. So Paul Manzardo, who big baseball guy, coached NIC, coached Lake City to state championship.
Talked about him before.
Big baseball guy, and raises 2 sons, and they love baseball. It's kind of like me and Jack, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like you love
Except
the same
with football.
sport, right? Yeah, good. I'm glad you pointed that out because no, we didn't play baseball. We're football, dude. 3 Fs.
Yeah.
But anyways, but I remember because Paul and I coached Little League together and we were on the board and all that. And driving by Paul's house, he always waved a big Detroit flag because he's from that area. He's from that. So he's a Tigers fan.
Got it. Ooh.
So kind of ironic that his
Right.
son is playing for Cleveland against his hometown, team, which
home-
I'm sure there's 100% no cheering for Detroit for Paul.
Right.
But super exciting. Kyle Manzardo played for Lake City High School, played for Washington State, and got drafted by Tampa Bay and then traded last year. And he has really gotten a huge shot.
Yeah.
And he is making the most of it, hitting dingers. and he's playing in MLB playoffs, so super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
go Cleveland.
You mentioned it, and it is kind of a sad note. Yesterday with the hurricane coming through Tampa,
terrible.
Ripped the top of Tropicana Field off, and they're
a
at
lot
a
of damage.
They're at a point now where it's kind of like if you wreck your old car, right, or an old car. They're at a point where they're
I don't know.
Do they take that stadium and make the move now before having to do the repairs, or do you do the repairs and keep the stadium where it is for however
Who
many
pays
more
for the
years?
stadium? Owners or taxpayers?
I think that's part of a taxpayer thing, if I remember correctly.
Right now, I think their taxes aren't going to go to a baseball stadium. They're going to go to a lot of damage control.
So it'll be interesting to see what will happen with that one, because they were already talking about trying to move it closer into Tampa Bay, like where the football field is.
You know that area because you have family from there, and I don't know that area at all.
So part of their
a lot of bugs is what I
part
heard.
of their thing is Tropicana Field sits out at St. Petersburg, and you have to take a bridge to get out to St. Petersburg.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't like going from Tampa and the mainland all the way across the bridge to go watch baseball.
Right.
And St. Pete is not big enough to take care of, that whole stadium and what the stadium would need as far as fans. So that's why they don't have you don't see Tropicana Field filled with a lot of people unless they're in the playoffs. The last time I saw it really full was when Tampa Bay was playing Boston in the in the series, or not the World Series, but they were in the championship series. And it was just packed in there. But that was back when Big Papi played for Boston and stuff. That hasn't happened in a while.
Well, they've been good. They've
been
made the
trying to
playoffs
move that
since.
stadium onto the mainland where they think they'd have more people come to games. So we'll see what happens.
Didn't they film Gilligan's Island in Tampa?
I have no idea. I don't know. That was a little bit before me.
Okay.
I don't know. Sorry.
Great show.
Well, should we move on to some NFL talk? We did get an email from a fan that fits right into the email talk. Do you want to bring that up?
Send it to me?
We have a picture of it. I sent you
Okay.
You have it?
There it is.
There it is. You want me to read it?
I think you should.
Okay.
I don't have my reading glass. Well,
this comes from an avid Trailside Dukes fan.
Oh,
It is titled kind of oddly WTF. Not sure what that means.
Not good.
But
sounds like he's mad.
Let me just read it here. It says, "You say Chiefs only undefeated team. You guys are clueless. Oh wait, the guy that is 1-3 in fantasy football is talking about his brilliant draft." Disgruntled Dukes fan. We'll just leave it at that. But I mean, I'm pretty sure I know who this is.
I know who that is. And by the way, I beat him in our head-to-head fantasy football match.
Nice.
So,
okay.
He's omitting some things.
I feel like, this person's definitely in education, but you wouldn't be able to tell that by the first sentence.
No.
You say Chiefs only undefeated team. So I don't know if he ever took an English class, but he might want to drop in on the next one, maybe like 6th grade English.
I think so.
That's
Let's
pretty
move
basic
on with some more NFL stuff, Corey.
Okay. So yeah, Kansas City 5-0. They're an undefeated team still.
Yep.
Any other surprises in the NFL that you can think of? I feel like there's been just a lot of concussions. Here's one that I have. You got lots of guys on concussion protocol, but then Allen takes that hit to the head. He bounced his head off the ground against the Texans. I don't know if you saw that, but
no, I didn't. I heard about it.
They pulled him out of the tent after he was in there, and then he got back on the field. And I don't know.
Trust me,
people are different, right? Susceptible.
Here's how that works, Corey. Is they have a test in the tent. They have a test.
Right. Who's the president? That's a hard one to answer.
But I'm sure they do some physical ones where reactionary whatever. And if he passes the test, he passes the test.
Yeah.
I don't
know. It just looked.
I don't
it's
think
just
they
a little
would
weird.
let him.
Maybe that's the AFC East.
If he failed it, I don't think they would let him.
I don't know.
I would hope
just
they don't let him.
Seemed weird. He only had 9 completions that game.
I played football once for the Calgary Colts, and I was
time with Tony.
I was diving
Calgary Colts.
I was diving for a first down, and the linebacker came to tackle me. He got low, and he shot over top of me, but his knee hit me
nailed
hard.
you right in the side.
Oh yeah. So I don't remember much after that. I got into the huddle.
This was before they had concussion protocol, right? You just get up and you're back out there.
This
You
is
got to call the next.
1991.
You got to call the next play.
1991.
Did you call the next play correctly?
Oh yeah. Something I called something. But I basically, fumbled the snap, whatever, and then was kind of walking around funny. And so then they, got me off to the side, and I was done for the rest of the game. But
you fumbled the snap. Did you guys maintain possession?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh, you don't.
No,
it was a turnover.
I think we did return, or get possession, but I don't remember anything after that game. I remember getting kind of on the bus because we had a long bus ride from Saskatoon to Calgary. But
wow,
yeah, it was weird.
Dang.
Yep.
I have a concussion story, but I won't tell it right now.
Okay.
Yours is pretty good.
How many fingers?
Did they tell you if you got the first down?
I did get the first down.
Hey, there we go.
That's right, baby.
It was worth it.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, staying up north, how about a little hockey talk? Because your Flames had a comeback win yesterday in overtime
against a hated rival, Vancouver.
Yes.
Big time.
And
Super fun.
If I recall correctly, Vancouver was up in this game like 4-0 or something like that. And I was like, oh, well, when I checked the score, I was like, Calgary lost their game.
I think Calgary's, they're
you said they're going to win the cup.
They're going to win the cup. They're tough. They're nasty. They've got a chip on their shoulder. And I think they're going to just play playoff hockey all through the season.
Nice.
Yeah.
Another cool thing, Utah got their first win as the Utah Hockey Club.
What are they called?
I don't know what they're called. I think it's Utah Hockey Club.
No.
Yeah, what are they going to be?
I thought it was
Jazzercisers?
I thought it was like the Abominable Snowmen or something.
Well, that might be their mascot.
Yeah.
But I think it's just called the Utah Hockey Club.
That's
Does it say in the...
Let me take a quick look.
It'll just say Utah in there.
It just says Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, they got their first win against the Blackhawks.
So
Utes. good opener for them. So that's
Utes.
good. Kraken lost their opener. They were up 2-0 and then dropped like 3 goals to the Blues within like a total of minute 43 seconds or something
I follow
crazy.
the Kraken. I kind of cheer them, but they're in the same
I know.
Same division as Calgary, so
yeah.
Boo Seattle.
We'll see. Just getting kicked off, so kind of fun. Hockey season and everything.
Hockey's fun.
Another big announcement today in the tennis world. Rafael Nadal announced that he's retiring after Davis Cup, so I know you're really sad about that.
Is that... Wait a second. So that made news, right?
Yes.
Because it's tennis thing?
Yes.
Oh,
I guess so. I don't know.
I was curious.
It made our show because I'm tennis, and
you're a tennis guy.
Yeah.
You've been playing some tennis.
I've been practicing.
We played today.
We got a tournament right before the show here.
You got a big tournament in tennis.
Tournament
Do
this
they have
weekend.
refs for that?
Not for this
one. So they don't have refs for it. So,
no, they won't for this
so
one.
You're playing a game, but you don't have any kind of referee.
We don't need it. It's a gentleman's sport.
What does that mean?
You just be gentlemanly about it.
What if you say it's in and he says it's out?
Well, sometimes that happens.
So what do you do? Like drop the gloves?
You say a little something to them.
Jump over the net?
I mean, it just depends. I mean, you don't want to do that, but
why not?
It's just not the way it works. There's been times where
That's in the rules.
Well, there's been times where I've come unglued on people for making bad line calls.
Did you get kicked out?
Once, no, but I had everybody at the tournament. I mean, everybody just it was.
Yeah, you were mad.
It was back in college. I came unglued on.
Do they have a penalty box in tennis?
No, we don't need one.
There's no penalty box?
Just keep playing.
No?
Just go.
Okay.
No.
You never get flagged for anything?
No flags. We don't need
flags?
those here. No.
Okay.
No.
I was curious.
Yeah, so we'll see how we do. If we win this weekend, then we'll make it to the next round, and then if we win that second round, we go to nationals. So
where's that?
Typically, it'll be like in Orlando, or it'll be down somewhere in the Southwest. It kind of bounces back and forth from the east to the west each year.
I don't think there will be anything in Orlando for a while.
I don't know. I mean, I think Disneyland's going to open back up tomorrow, if I remember.
Okay,
right.
well
Hopefully
it didn't hit as bad as I thought, because I thought it was pretty.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, it's pretty bad, but I don't know. But if it is in nationals, we don't have nationals until July. So,
okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
But we got to get there first. Thank you.
Good luck, my man.
Thank you.
You want a hug?
Yes. Let me do the hug thing. I'm going to try to squeeze another one out of you.
Good. Oh. Oh, ooh.
Did I move something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Might have to go to the bathroom.
Well, do you think we should do a little Carol Corner next?
Squeeze some poop. Yes. Let's do the corner.
All right.
Okay.
What do you got for us this week in the corner? We got you got an update on the football. They got another win last weekend, right?
Yeah, another conference win and against Montana Northern, who isn't a very good team. But you know what? Jack threw 2 touchdown passes, ran for 1 on a quarterback sneak.
Nice.
But played really well. Receivers played well. Offensive line played outstanding.
You were talking about them in our last Carol Corner about them coming along and kind of really starting to gel.
Yep. Defense is just playing lights out.
Still a top ranked kind of defense,
top
in the
ranked
conference,
defense in the nation.
Oh,
no, they're incredibly good. You know what I mean? They bring the heat from their line. Their linebackers just fly around.
Yeah.
Their secondary is playing outstanding. So I'm excited because now they got a bye week, so those boys will rest up. And then we go into like the heart of everybody's schedule in the Frontier. So these last few games are really going to dial it up.
Big ones.
So they play at home against Eastern Oregon. Eastern Oregon's like a 500 team.
Okay.
But somebody you can't take lightly.
Right.
So, and then after that, they got C of I in Caldwell. And after that, Southern Oregon, which are 2 top teams in the Frontier. And so, you know, this next month after this bye week is going to be just blood and guts warrior time. Fun. I'm excited.
Is the bye week coming at a good time? Do we have guys that are coming off of injury or needed that?
As far as
something like that?
We've had injuries. We've had injuries at the running back position and some stuff like that. But what I love about Carroll, it's been next man up.
Yeah.
And I'm sure those guys have some dings and you know, bruises that this bye week's going to help with. And then
seems like a good time to have a mid-season kind of thing, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Good.
Yep, fun.
Nice.
So let's go Saints, baby.
So offense is clicking, defense is clicking, but I will really want to know, was the quarterback club clicking? And did you stop by there? How was the tailgating? Give me the
awesome.
tailgate update, because I'm all about that now.
I had my high school buddies from Calgary come to the game.
Right, the guy that
Larry,
thinks he's Greek or Italian or something.
That's Carmen.
Yes.
He's figuring it out, Greek or Italian. I don't know. Sometimes he sounds Italian, sometimes he acts Greek.
Oh.
So maybe that's whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, Carmen, Larry, Frank, they came from Calgary to see the game, hang out, see Jack. And then my sister and her husband came with 2 friends of theirs. So we had a huge Calgary contingent.
Nice.
Yeah, I pulled out my Canadian flag. My sister was waving that all over the place.
Sweet. Sounds fun.
Oh, we had a great time.
Good weather, good
awesome
game,
weather.
Good tailgating.
Awesome. Super fun. We had another just amazing special time.
Awesome.
Yep. Okay.
Good. How's the soccer team doing? Do we know?
Really good.
Yeah?
Yep.
Girls
we
soccer?
watched some of Maya's game on Sunday.
Yeah?
The girls are they're up in that top tier. I think
for
they
the
lost,
conference?
Yeah, they lost 1 conference game, and they're doing awesome. They're
good.
Super potent offense, and Maya plays defense, and she swings her elbows around. She's she's
like
tough.
a hockey player.
I think she's hockey.
Nice.
Yeah, hockey.
Okay.
Yep. Why not?
Maybe she'll get drafted by the Flames.
Maybe. I don't know how she skates.
We'll have to check it out.
Yep. Okay.
All right. So that's it for the Carol. And got anything else on the Carol corner?
Go Saints, baby.
Okay. Well, let's finish off with an I'm mad segment. How's that sound?
Sounds good. I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
All right. So, do you want me to start with what I'm mad about, and then
you're
we
on
can
a
go
roll,
into
Corey. You're on a roll.
So
it's hard to stop you.
I know. Right. I decide to go to Costco the other day. Right. It's always a tough thing to try to think of. Do I want to go to Costco? What do I need? And do I want to deal with Costco?
Dude, you saying the word Costco gets me mad.
Typically I won't go to Walmart because I just get upset at Walmart.
Corey,
just about anything.
Corey.
But Costco.
Corey.
Yes.
When we went to the Arizona Christian game in
Yes.
Phoenix. We stayed at a VRBO with 2 other families. So Jess and I went to Costco in Phoenix.
Right.
We parked like almost a mile away. Was the
Really?
closest spot I could get. Like it was far in their parking lot.
Yeah.
And traffic in there was nuts. You know what I mean? You walked in Phoenix Costco and it was crazy packed.
Yeah.
Like I think the Coeur d'Alene one is crazy packed, but this was like times 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you brought that up. Actually, something I'm not mad about. Very cool of you guys to send Kobe home with all sorts of stuff that was left over because you
we
guys
had
were
some
flying
leftover.
home, right?
We were flying. We had to give it to Kobe.
He was like, I got all sorts of stuff to last
I-
me a while.
I think he will. Unless he has a party, but I think he will.
Right. So no, I mean, just you and this is what everybody knows, right? Like Costco parking and the people and all that stuff. But I'm going on a weekday during one of my lunch breaks, and I'm like, oh, I think that'll be pretty safe. You pull in, and you got, I don't know why does somebody always have to park in front of the place to load up their vehicle with whatever they got off their flatbed or something like that?
Rolls of toilet paper.
I'm sorry, but why can't you just keep walking that thing out to your car and go load it up where you parked your car? Why does it have to be in front of everything?
That's what you're supposed to do.
You're supposed to park in front of the exit where everybody's coming out of the store?
Do it where you park.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm
Corey,
saying.
you're a rule follower.
Well, I just don't understand why people, I don't know
It says no parking.
what
here.
they
Don't
are
park here.
thinking. I understand that there might be elderly people that might need help loading their car up. But do we have to do it where the exit is and everybody's trying to get out, or the entrance and everybody's trying to get in? Because those,
Corey, you're a rule follower.
they're right there. They're right next to each other, right?
Yeah.
But somebody wants to park their
know.
F-350 right in front of it with a trailer.
Yes.
So here's what happens. I'm coming to pull in, and somebody's got their car parked there while they're loading up, and then somebody else, an elderly gal, is parked behind them, but she's out where the whole driveway is. Like she's taking up, like people can't go, they can't drive. Like we have to wait for them to load because of the angle of her car. She's
Corey,
totally got us cut
You
off.
are a rule follower except for this.
No, I earned it. We're not even mentioning what's on there.
You are a
I don't
rule
care.
follower except for that.
You know what? You finally get to a parking spot and I go inside, and then it's even worse inside. People don't know what they're doing. There's no flow of traffic
None.
in Costco.
No.
And maybe I'm overthinking it. And,
did you see anybody with wagons in there?
There might as well have been, because traffic was moving about as well as the wagons were in
just kinda
Silverwood. So
Tying it all together, aren't we?
it's just a cluster.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous,
Yeah, no,
you
it's
know?
bad.
And
It's
I don't even grab a cart. And even without a cart and I'm just grabbing a few things, it's still hard to get around that store. Like
terrible.
people don't know what they're doing.
I go straight to the food place and just get, some of their food.
And that's what I was doing. I was just grabbing a few things, bag of chips or whatever. And I was like, it was just middle of the day on a Wednesday or something. And I was like, this is nuts. I don't know what people do in this town anymore, but they're all at Costco.
Get it out, Corey. Get
That's
it out.
what I'm done. That's
You
what
need
I'm
a
mad
hug?
about. What are you mad about?
you want a hug?
No.
Okay.
What are you mad about?
Okay, here's what I'm mad about.
Okay.
Right? So big football game in Coeur d'Alene Friday. Coeur d'Alene Vikings versus Lake City Timberwolves.
Big game. Homecoming.
Yep.
For the Vikes.
Rivalry game
Let's
in
go
Coeur d'Alene.
Vikes.
2 high schools, and they're going at it.
Okay.
Coeur d'Alene has won a lot of those matchups over the last few years. I just read it, but it's something.
Oh, is there
like,
a stat? Do we have a stat on that?
Well, I'd have to put my reading glasses
I will
on.
say this, like Lake City back in the day,
Oh yeah,
they had a great football team.
Oh, it's
Probably
right here.
one of
It's
the
right here, Corey.
top programs in the state.
So here's what the newspaper is saying.
Okay.
That this will be a close
Here
game.
we go. A quote from
close game between Coeur d'Alene.
Speak into the mic so they can hear you.
Close game between Coeur d'Alene and Lake City because they both played teams tough this season. Like Lake City barely lost to Highland.
They've been playing.
And Highland's ranked number 1 in the
They've
state.
been playing some good ball.
So I get that they've earned some respect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Coeur d'Alene didn't make the playoffs last year. You know what I mean? And so they're on a rebuilding year. Although, wait a second, no, I take that back. Sorry, it was the year before. They went to the state final last year. Big correction.
Right.
But
Yes, that's right.
so Coeur d'Alene's been good, right? They were ranked number 1, had that game against Lewiston, but they're still like number 4 in the state. And they're going to play Lake City. And, Lake City has earned some respect, but they're not going to beat Coeur d'Alene.
So what are you mad about?
I'm mad that people think that, I don't think the game will be close. I think Lake City has gotten better, but I don't think that they have gotten there yet. I think they're on the definite trend upward. But I don't think this year. I think Coeur d'Alene is just going to wax them.
Okay.
Okay.
You going to go to the game?
I am.
Express your
Yep.
frustration?
Jack's on a bye week. He's coming home. We're going to go watch that game. It's a big game.
Cool.
Okay.
Nice. All right. Well, let's
Yeah,
go.
baby.
I'm sorry, but I'm just I'm a Vikings fan. I'm a Viking coach, so let's go Vikes.
Go Vikes, baby.